Mm. Oh, Jesus. Okay, should we start then?
Yes, let us start.
Okay, I guess I'll do a countdown, because normally I don't, and we just go, hello and welcome to the animation station. This is like... Yeah. This is actually us starting. I lied when I said we were going to do a countdown.
My name is Mytho.
No, that's the wrong bit. So, today, ladies and gentlemen, I am really excited, and I believe Mytho is too, I'm going to assume so, because we are going to review the My Little Dashie mini-movie, and I've got loads of things to say about this. They're not... Well, yeah, we'll get to it. It's good, though.
It is very good, and good God, it's 27 minutes long.
Yes, and it's already...
We're going to be here a while.
It's already 1:45 in the morning, so, without further ado, Mytho, are you ready?
I'm ready as I'll ever be, holding this microphone in my hand.
Yes, his microphone is broken, so he's using the webcam as a microphone. Okay.
Yeah.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
The daily struggles I go through.
Hooray.
The small moments of joy I have.
I have never actually read this story,
Still
and
just another thing.
I've never actually listened to a reading of it, so this was the only time I've actually ever gotten to hear the story, and I was very happy about that. Somebody kind of whittled it down to a smaller version that I could listen to.
Yeah.
And I like visuals.
I think I've read the story before. I don't really remember. I'm pretty sure I have, but I didn't really find it amazingly sad or touching. Oh yeah, I did, because then everybody said, "You monster, why didn't you cry at the story?" Yeah, I remember now.
You are a monster.
Well, true, but crying at the story doesn't make me a monster. Now, the first thing I wanted to bring up was the cinematography. Now, it's quite good, and they kind of went with something that worked for them. But something you will notice is that there are a lot of depth of field shots where they focus on something very close up and then blur out the background where the guy is. And they also do lots and lots of slow panning and zooming shots. And I would have... Look, here we go. This is the beginning of it here with all the slow panning and close-up shots. And it's not necessarily bad, but you do start to notice that they're using it over and over again after a while.
Yeah, this guy lives in a really nice scenic area.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen his other videos. They all have this nice scenic view for them.
Yeah.
All this grass.
I'd love to live in an area like that. Although I do find it funny, he's like, the city was full of life and now it's wrecked, but there's trees and grass everywhere.
Also, you gotta take into account that Flash animator that just came on screen.
Yeah.
He just did basically the equivalent of about half an hour of animation.
Yeah.
More than a show's length of animation. Because, you know,
But I have seen pictures.
yeah, that's not easy to do.
No.
This, this whole thing basically is the equivalent of having an animated character for an entire show.
I will say, actually, I am very impressed with because when I know it's not a professional project, but whenever I see animation and real life converging together, I always think of Who Framed Roger Rabbit and compare it to that. And I have to say,
I love that movie.
Yeah, it's a really good movie, but I have to say the implementation of characters animated into real life here is done really well. There are a few things that I think could have been done better that I'll get to when they actually happen, but I think they implemented them very well. It was very easy to believe that they were actually in the world.
Living in this area,
Yeah, it was. Like, you just kind of accept it after a little bit.
Yeah. Another slow panning shot.
Bag. Shop at Walmart.
Crushed in one way or another.
Get some product placement there.
Sitting there.
It's probably another box of kittens. Better kick it to the curb like the rest.
It doesn't move.
Obviously, staple of modern day life. Staple of modern day life is kitten boxes everywhere.
Shop at Staples.
Inside
That was
is
easy.
a sleeping, filly rainbow dash.
Now,
There is not a
you'll notice that they
physical
put a
or mental
really...
or
They put a lot of
extraterrestrial way
effort
how this could
into
be
getting
here.
the shading right. So look,
She could
the
be
shading is really
in
good.
my gloomy,
Oh, I never noticed that. That is so
horror
cool.
world.
They've got it so that the light
The
actually
very first
comes
thought
in
that
through
runs
the
through
top
my
of the
mind,
box, but
besides
doesn't
the
cover
initial
it
Philly
completely.
rainbow dash in a box,
Yeah.
is who in the world
Done a
would
good
give
job
up
with that.
a Philly rainbow dash?
She awakens.
My heart explodes twice.
I need your
I
soul,
have not
mortal.
slept like this in years.
As we prepare to awaken the Kraken.
What are you
Oh, okay,
doing
that's
out here?
slightly different film.
I am so not sure how to handle this situation. Do
I love how she's just looking up like,
I call
Yeah.
somebody?
how's it going?
Who would I even
I'm a
call?
baby.
Yeah.
She would
Call the
probably be taken
RSPCA.
up to some lab next
Oh.
The
door.
body language in this as well. Like, the
Honestly,
body
I
language
only have
acting
one
in this is
choice here.
phenomenal. Like,
Yeah.
you can tell exactly, it goes along exactly with the narration. It's really cool.
Who I am,
There
or
are a
anything
few
else.
problems with it, though. I have to
She's
say,
beyond
I
the
did
word
feel a
lost.
bit like at the
She's
end,
misplaced.
where he is really
Right now,
angry.
there is nothing else that matters to
It
me.
does remind me a bit of the Power Rangers, where, you know, the voice is disjointed from the body and it looks like they have to exaggerate the hand movement to get it across.
Power Rangers, go!
Yeah.
Da-na-na-na-na.
So I think the gestures could have been a little bit better in some areas, and also
Is here.
I do get why they're going for the whole not showing the guy's face, because they want the audience to project themselves onto the guy. I'm going to assume that's what it is anyway. But they do tend to either just zoom in on his chest or do loads of depth of field shots so that you can't see him.
I really have no idea why she's here.
Yeah. I guess he lives in France.
I don't
Yeah.
care. These
That's
few months
custom.
have
That's
been
never appeared in the show.
amazing time of my life.
Aw.
Although we do get his smile, which is slightly strange. Just appears out
Yeah,
of
you get
nowhere.
to see parts of him.
Right now, she sits next to me on the couch as I watch TV.
Yeah.
She seems to enjoy the morning cartoons on the local stage.
Shaun the Sheep. I was surprised that people in America or wherever the hell this is actually have Shaun the
She
Sheep.
acts a
I
lot
thought it
like
was
a young kid would, but then
exclusively
again, why wouldn't
British.
she?
Yeah, we do.
Another
Wallace and
amazing
Gromit,
thing
Shaun the
is she's
Sheep. It's
learning
not
to talk.
insanely popular, but it's
Now, I'm
there.
not much of a teacher, or for that matter, a parent, but I'm doing my best to help her learn to speak and read.
Just a touching
I've
story.
decided
Yeah.
since I actually
Aw.
don't know her actual birth date, I'm gonna
Eat
make
it.
the day I found
September.
her birthday.
Huh.
September the 17th.
King Sombre.
King
Oddly
Sombre.
enough, that's the very same day that the second season of My Little Pony aired last year. I quit watching the show after Dashie came into my life. There was no reason for me to continue.
There was something I was going
And
to say, but I
honestly,
forgot.
don't have a lot of time to myself anymore.
No,
Oh, yeah.
the handheld
Peop-
look.
She's able to fully communicate with me now.
Oh,
as
yeah.
well as read English.
Yeah, that's
And she's
something
even
from his other
started to learn
videos.
how to write with, you guessed it, her mouth.
People
Hug.
who
I did try to invent some
think
things
it's
for her hoofs so she could
wrong
ride,
that we
but it
talk
seems writing with her
loud
mouth
over these
is more natural
videos.
than moving her
It's kind of the
hoof.
point of the review.
Yeah, yeah, that's
One
Just,
thing that troubles me with
Still
her
getting comments about
every
that on
day
the
she
first
sits
video.
behind
Like,
looking
only
outside.
on that one. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not
Children
worried
of the
about her
Night.
being seen by
Everyone's
passerbys.
apparently
We
thinks
live on
we
a
don't know what the
dead-end
Statue of
street, so
Luna
that's the
is.
least of my worries. Still,
Something about the
though
orphans.
she hasn't said
And
anything to me
that
yet,
we shouldn't be talking over
I
the
can see
video
the
because you
hunger
can't
for
hear it.
fresh air in her eyes.
well, this one I'm
I
intent
really
to talk
can't keep
over.
her in here her
Now,
entire life.
it does feel a bit like
I
product
keep
placement on the
talking like she's
t-shirt
gonna be
because,
here forever.
again, they only film the
I know that isn't
chest to
true.
get away from filming his head, and I
One
feel like
day,
they could have been a bit more
someday,
creative, like hide it behind a
turn
flower
around.
pot or anything, just to
Whether that's a simple
a hanging
poof and she's
basket of
gone,
like anything
or
at all.
perhaps through some other means.
Because I do feel like
In my
it kind of
heart,
gets a
I
little
hope
bit
that
repetitive,
never
what with the
happens.
constant
But
slow
in my
pans
head, I know
and
it will.
shots like
Just
this
a
where
matter
you've
of
got a
when.
flower close
I
up
do
and
hope to
then
get her
depth of
outside
field
sometime
so you
soon.
can't see anything.
I've been checking out some of the
Really
abandoned lots
experience
and
the
foreign parks
flower.
on my walk
Yeah.
to
Let
and
it,
from.
let it
This
envelop.
looks like
Similar
it
to
should
best
be in a
location
nature
would be to
documentary.
get
Look at that slow pan around the
Funnily
swings.
enough, it seems the field that I
Visit
played at
France.
growing up
Who's that guy
was the
who
best option.
narrates over
So that's when I
things?
decided
The British
take a
guy.
lift.
David Attenborough.
But how
Yeah.
will I get her there?
Yeah. And here
She's
we
still relatively
see
small, so I can hide her inside a jacket or something.
the mild.
Here we
It's supposed
see
to
a
be a nice
wild
day.
fanfic writer. Let's go in
Been
for a
taking
closer
that old
look.
field for weeks in
See, look
hopes
there.
that
It appears he's
the
writing
birds fly.
lemon
There's
fiction.
this large tree there with
I
branches
must
sticking out
investigate
across the
more
air.
to understand what
God,
this
that
means.
is a
Perfect
beautiful
spot for her
countryside.
If she
Update?
falls and I
No
get
one
her,
wants to know what lemon
at least
fiction
she'll have
is.
something
Don't
to hold
ask.
herself to
It's
land
best
on.
not to question.
She fell a lot.
That is beautiful, though. I like it. That tree is good.
Many scrapes, cuts, and bruises towards her hole.
My God.
She's got chocolate on her face.
She did it.
Yeah.
She flew.
See,
Now, it was only a short distance, about 50 feet or
One of the
so.
crowning moments, like the Wright brothers.
Yeah.
She flew.
She's a little scraped up.
not very
She's
far, but she
beaming
flew.
with pride.
Um,
Another thing that had been
the
brought
slow
to my
zoom
attention,
inwards. I'm going to
she
point
has
out every
a
time I
bush.
slow zoom, just to exemplify the fact that it does happen
realized the
almost
house
too
does
much.
have a
Well,
spare
it does
bedroom.
happen too much.
So my
Well,
parents had filled it with my
there's
little
another
stuff
slow
for my
pan.
ears, as well as several
Fuck.
little toys.
I'm not sure why there was a slow pan on it though. It's like there's slow pans on things that don't technically have anything to do with the scene.
But if she has her own
I
room,
just realized the irony of giving her a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
She doesn't have fingers.
Well, even more ironic is that he gave it to her soul. It was like, here, play with this.
She's just not
Yeah.
ready yet. The only thing I can do is keep her happy.
Oh, that's a cool dog.
Haha. The dog.
What all true warriors.
Today,
Wait,
That
no.
was such a bad trend.
For today,
Yeah.
my little Dashie got her cutie mark.
The dog.
Dog.
She didn't even know what it was until I explained it to her.
You ever
Now
just
she's even more
stare
ecstatic
at like
than
a video
before.
so much that doesn't
It was
actually
just a
move? You
normal
seem to
field
like
trip, but this
start to
time
think it's
she
moving.
decided she
Yeah.
wanted to see how high she could get in an attempt to gain speed from the fall. All the right things factored.
Oh,
for
this
her.
part
How
was
she
interesting.
positioned herself, her mental focus,
Or-
and possibly me on the ground watching.
That does look a
cheering.
little bit kind of
But she did it.
half-hearted, where he's just like, yeah, and puts his fist
Yeah.
out.
I knew you could break
Yeah,
the
you
Ramble
go.
Dash.
It didn't feel like there was much energy behind it, but I'm not an actor, so...
Go.
So the initial explosion
Rainbow
caused a
Dash.
ton of
I
broken
think-
windows
Yeah.
and set off car alarms in the next county.
I think that's the
We rushed home
problem,
before anyone
is
could arrive
that,
at the field. I
Um,
was lucky; none of my windows were
it,
broken.
if you're not going to show the actor's
that was
face,
her
then you
highlight of
need
the
to be
day.
really good
Mine
at
was
conveying
just
energy in other movements.
She is now
because
accustomed to sleeping in her own
Faces
room
are
versus with
some of the
me
most
out on
important
the
part. Oh,
couch.
another
Now
slow
I
pan.
can sleep in my own bed once
Some of the
in a
most important
But I
parts
do
of
keep the
acting
door
is to
unlocked,
be able to
so
see
if she
facial
needs me,
expressions.
She can come get me.
What
I
was
had
the
just
point
tucked
of
her in
like
a bag
the
and told her
small
good
glass of
night when she
water?
said it.
I'm not sure.
Also, it bothered me a little bit. It really doesn't sound a lot like Rainbow Dash.
Yeah.
But I've learned to get over that just because it is
For the
hard to
first
do that
time,
voice.
not only
Yeah.
did she
But,
call
like,
me
It is
Dad,
very
it's hard to
which
find
she has
good
done on
actresses
occasion,
for
but she
things
even
like
said
that, and it doesn't mean they're bad. It just means they don't sound like Rainbow
I
Dash.
haven't moved for
Yeah.
an hour now. I am so lost in thought. The few times she has called me
I
Dad,
like that.
I didn't think
This is
anything
just
of
part
it.
of the story. It's nothing to the
I
film's
could picture
discredit, but it's
why
like,
she called me that.
just
Being
get
with
some
her so
wine
much
or whatever that
made
is
me
out
accept it as
and
part of
drink it.
taking
It's
care
like,
of
she
her.
called me Dad. Time to get drunk.
Tonight, when she said those
Time to
words,
celebrate.
Yeah.
Call me daddy.
I finally said
Who's your
to her,
daddy?
I am her
I'm your
dad.
daddy,
And
old
quite
enough to
frankly,
drink.
I like to think
Consider
that's
her my
Coke,
daughter.
because that way it's safe for all the kids to
I
watch
think I
this, and it
finally
doesn't
done
give
it.
away bad
I
morals.
have
Another slow
broken my
pan.
hard shell that had
Don't
formed
worry,
when my
kids.
parents
It's
died.
only cough syrup.
Yeah.
I've let a sweet
A
little
lot of
flame
cough
light,
syrup.
a
Now he's
neighbor, a
chugging
home
it.
to live in, food to eat, and now a daddy
Sweet,
to
sweet
love.
cough syrup.
I
Little overuse
She
of
has
the
given me hope,
stock
love,
kind of
compassion,
fan references
and
with
now
the
something
milkshake and
I thought
whatnot.
I'd never
Yeah, and the
utter.
hugs thing. Although it is quite nice because it is all custom animation, so I kind of gotta give him props for it.
I believe
I still
Dashie
don't.
is now at
I
her
still
full
think
size,
sometimes
rounding
references
in
should
at
just be
about
kept
3
out.
feet tall.
Yeah,
She's
double
fully
rain
grown.
boom.
I like
She's
the
only 10
neck
years old, according to my
Yeah.
mom.
in that shot.
I believe she's actually closer
I do like that.
to 15 in actual years.
That's funny.
So we celebrated.
I think that
5
was something from the
birthdays.
show.
Oh, pshaw, he goes.
I got a new job, one that pays much
Girl!
more. Dashie
Girl.
Scared me.
a job, but then she remembered what I told
funny.
her. The look on her face was heartbreaking.
I wonder how much of this is
Luckily,
actually
I have
animation.
a way
Like,
to
how many
fix
minutes
this.
of it
Due
total?
to the sheer size
Yeah.
of the property,
Slow
it
pan.
involves a lot of cutting
Sorry.
grass.
Lopan!
I can't help it. I do want to exemplify the fact that the slow pan is used to,
so that she
like,
can buy her
well,
own stuff if she wants.
I feel like
According
the
to
only
the show,
French
improvements...
currency.
Ooh,
I don't have to mess
euros.
with Mother Nature
The only
unless
real
it's a
thing to
dire
improve
emergency.
here is
So there really isn't any
kind
danger
of
for her.
just something to experiment on in the future
I don't
is to
know
try
when,
different camera
but I
angles
have
and
this sudden
see
feeling our time
what
together is
works
running
aside
out.
from slow. Because
All
some
of this
scenes
has
the
been too
slow
good to
pan
be
does
true.
work quite nicely, but the fact is that it's kind of like
Today
the effect of
has
it
to be
is
the worst time of my
dampened by the fact that
life,
it's
more
used
than
so
when my
often.
parents died. Dashie
Yeah.
found out the truth before I
But it's
did
not a
for
massive
myself.
problem in terms
I
of
remember I walked in.
Gotta
from work with
appreciate
the
a sexy
groceries,
slow pan,
Set them in the
Yeah.
kitchen and walked into the living room. That's when I saw
Get
it.
ready for heartbreak.
My heart sank.
How long have you known?
Who is this bitch?
Oh, slow-mo
Who
key.
is this whore you've been sleeping with? Aw.
I believe it's horse, actually.
Oh, ho, 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 ho. Whore turtle.
Sat down, turned
Where
off the
is she?
television, and told her
Now, I don't understand why he put the pony thing there. It's a
I told
random
her about the
reference
show,
that...
finally,
It's funny.
and answered any
Yeah.
other question she had for me. After our
Heil?
argument,
No,
she
sorry, I shouldn't make
upstairs
a
into her
Hitler
bedroom,
joke.
slammed the door
But it
shut.
did look like...
Heil Hitler. It makes
did
it so
look-
emotional.
It did
No
look
response
like a
till
bit
the
she
had
was...
flown off.
It did look a bit like she was trying to salute the
I can
Third
only
Reich,
Slow
but I
pan.
doubt it. Yep, slow pan out the window.
Or at
Slow
least
zoom
if
as
she
well,
doesn't,
I
she
believe.
sticks
Oh.
with any other
A
people.
little bit of rackety, too.
All I can say to her at this point is that I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
The emotion in this part is very high.
It's
Hmm.
been 3
Very
days
well
since
done.
Dashie left. The night of her departure.
Again,
did
with the
something I
depth of
hadn't
field.
done in a very long time.
Hmm.
I went for a walk.
I mean, there it can
I
work
wasn't
quite
sure where
well,
I was
actually.
going
But
or how long I walked, but that's what I did.
oh, low
It's
light.
3 days later, and I'm finding myself
Slow
out
pan.
here walking once again.
I'm probably annoying everyone by calling out every single time it's used. I'm gonna stop now.
No, you aren't.
I'm probably not. I'll do it once or twice more.
Oh, yeah, this scene.
Hmm.
I don't remember. There's something interesting I thought was about
I
this
feel
scene. I don't
like-
remember what it was.
One of the
think it
things
was
is
maybe-
that as much as it's good to have the flashback, I don't feel like, because it's a mini series or mini movie, I feel like it's not really long enough to have a flashback because it's all in very recent memory. It still
Yeah.
works, but it's just as a personal preference, I kind of think like it's been too soon. Hmm.
Also, you'll notice that the tears are just like stained against the color of their face, and they're not all just blue,
Yeah.
which I thought was both kind of an interesting touch, but also not exactly real accurate looking. Like when you see like Twilight and the rest of them come in, spoiler. It's like Twilight's tears are like a darker purple, and Fluttershy's are like a darker yellow.
Yeah. That's the only thing well, there's two things in this scene. One, I feel like they would have gone the extra mile by putting little watermarks on his jumper hoodie.
Who's cutting these onions?
I'm sure she'll relax and
Because
settle down
then
about her being
I feel like that would be a really good
She
way
is a
to
smart
integrate the
man.
characters
She
with the
is
scene
really
more,
that
would be
made-up
to
cartoon
put
boy
like
from the show.
little tear marks
only
on the
help
back of
to
his
push her
jacket when he
believe
hugged her, because that would have really
People
sold
do
the
the same
scene
for
for
me.
me. It's just something to consider if they ever do anything like
There's
this again.
hate in every parent's life.
Yeah, it could have been some problems with like they have to animate it
On
afterwards,
her
so
Yeah,
birthday,
you'd have
it's
to
like they
put
want to
markers
make
in.
sure there's nothing that looks out of place in case they don't animate it
as we prepared to
properly
leave,
like
there was a
that.
knocking at the
Yeah,
door.
no, I can understand it. You'd have to
Go to your room.
do some prior planning. It's not something you could just go out into a field and do. Not that they did that. I'm sure they did plan it, but
When I first saw the figure standing on my porch,
one other
I
thing
wasn't
as well
sure
is
if I was
that
dreaming
you
or
do tend to
hallucinating.
find that, I know it's quite a
stood there
difficult
in
thing
her
to
second
animate,
looking
that's
at me.
why, but there is a jump cut between them not hugging and them hugging both times it happens.
Yep, there they are.
There's a boinging.
And Pinkie Pie is still jumping around.
Yeah.
I'm quite surprised. I had expected a little more
I like
resistance and
Celestia in this.
uncertainty.
She's got a very nice voice.
Yeah.
know who you all are.
Who is it? We figured out Sound Speed 9 when we watched it the first time around that it wasn't MemJ.
TV show? Then yeah.
Hmm.
Otherwise, why
Yeah, this is the bit that I had a little bit of a problem with the hand acting,
I think you do.
because it's just
My heart fell
constant
in the
chest
pit of my
shots.
stomach. I did. know.
Sky
She
Gapper.
was straight to the point
Yeah.
about it.
Ski Gapper.
Excuse me, sir. But from what we could figure
It's a good
out,
Twilight, though.
Rainbow
It's
Dash
a very
is
good
here.
Twilight.
Is she?
There's a little bit of clipping on the horn, but that's okay. It's not massive.
In her room.
Her room?
He has a lot of brand name shirts.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure who was knocking.
This movie is sponsored by Singapore. Oh my god, I can't speak today.
Ski Gapper.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, Rarity with the sass.
I wanted
Yeah.
to punch that pony so hard right then. She
I
had
like
responded.
Oh
the-
shit.
I love the fact that she sees that, so she's like, oh god.
Beginning of it. And I should be asking
This bit's the
Tony,
Power
what
Ranger
the
scene,
hell
look, the
you did?
pointing. It's a little bit kind of...
You see,
I'm frustrated.
You better beware.
It's only because I've seen that scene.
Oh my god, I shouldn't have made that joke.
You better beware.
Especially right after Rarity had just, like, annoyed him. You better beware, Rarity.
This is a very strange, like, backstory for this.
Yeah, it is.
Though.
Is that some After Effects lightning that I saw there?
Oh.
Might be, I don't know.
Dad? Is everything alright?
And here's where it all
Go
unravels.
to your room.
Stop beating.
I'm working.
No one understands me.
Rainbow call you Dad?
Dade?
You heard right.
Yep.
There was only
Did you say gay?
I had to do it. But
Yes, I'm a homosexual.
Yes.
Dad?
Is that a problem?
Yeah,
Um,
Dashie,
Look at that keyhole.
Yeah.
we need to talk.
That's a legitimate keyhole.
It's a crazy looking keyhole. Fade to black.
Use comedy to convey my sadness.
Yeah.
Heyo.
Dashie! Hey, get away from me! You
Oh my god.
What is it?
Is it something I said?
any of you!
Dashie,
She just comes out and she's like, what are these? Oh wait, I'm one of these. Never mind.
Yeah.
how long
I'm
ago
one
was
of
she
them.
Sent over here?
About 15 days ago. Why?
Well, it's been a lot more time than that here.
Skigappa, 1983.
15 years.
It hasn't been 10 days here. It's been 10
She
years.
arrived in 1983, as my t-shirt says.
Just a filly.
Come again?
From my
She came with this t-shirt, which I gladly took for myself.
Yeah.
years old.
Again, this movie sponsored by... Well, I'll wait for it to come back on because I can't remember what it
is. It's a pretty good Celestia. Like, it's hard to get Celestia from the front. Really good, but that looks really nice.
I remember you saying about that, yeah. Celestia's difficult to animate from the front.
Oh, Celestia is difficult to animate, period, but like the front version of her is especially hard to make.
Yeah.
Look,
I don't know
good.
how
I've
she
never
sees
seen
where
it
she's
done.
going with only one eye.
Those ears are a bit weird though. They look kind of like they're molded to her head.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Like she's a little gremlin thing. Yeah.
I knew what was going on, what Celestia had in mind.
Did everything just go
She was
slow-mo
Awkward
for a
slow
second?
motion.
Yeah, it is a little bit slow-mo. Oh, yeah, it is. I couldn't figure that out. It was like,
Just give me a moment.
The Hobbit in 44 frames a second. You know, there's something slightly different, but you can't tell what it is.
Yeah.
The slightly weird slow-mo. Oh, it's very bright.
Let me get down on one knee and talk to you,
I think the
son.
contrast is a bit more brightness.
To open me up from the man I once was. You
I'm just looking at her tears and going, whoop, whoop, whoop.
much joy in my life.
Wait, look at it next time. I'm
We're
just
completely-
thinking about like a song track where there's like that, that audio thing.
Oh, audio react, yeah.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
We're completely detracting from the
We're
like,
horrible people.
the kind of like
Uh,
sadness of this scene.
It's heart touching,
So
chest
that,
touching, finger downing.
it's the whole pointing thing. That's the whole Power Rangers style thing. It's like, and I will be here for you, pointing down at the ground.
I will be here for you.
For God's sake. God. See there, another jump cut where they go and hug. It's a little bit kind of awkward, but
That's the shading though you wanted.
yeah, the shading's really good in this. In that particular scene as well.
I was only taking care of you until this time.
Celestia never cries. Celestia's seen things.
Celestia's been to prison
Yeah.
multiple times.
She's the guy from Apocalypse Now who wakes up every night and goes to the horror.
This was a weird shot. It kind of looked like that was an After Effects hand.
Yeah.
Photoshopped.
It looks a little bit like an
See, look at the
ad-
tears.
It feels like an advert for Amnesty International or something, but not. You know, because like they got the hand or like children in need or something. Some sort of
Look
donation.
at the tears. See
Yeah.
how it's...
It does look like a continuation of the stroke line though, because they didn't pick a different shade, they used the exact same one.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit awkward, but again, kind of
I knew
works.
she had realized this is how it must end.
I wrote you a letter.
From my
Don't know
guess,
how,
it
but I
was
did.
probably her most
Skigappa.
cherished items. Though it hurt me to think about
Check.
it. I hope she had a picture of us in there.
Sponsored by Nike. E.
Hey?
I'm so sorry, Rainbow Dash.
I'm so sorry.
I honestly wish there was another
little lopsided face action going on there.
Yeah.
Just go. Get out of here.
Walk out the door. Don't turn
Just
around now, because you're not
go.
wanted anymore.
Open the door. Get on the floor. Everybody walk the dinosaur.
Well, we completely wrecked the sincerity of this scene, or whatever the hell you call it.
They're not here for sincerity.
Solemnity.
They're here for action. Drama.
Pictures
romance.
of Spider-Man. Oh, we're having another...
Pictures of Spider-Man.
I don't remember having a second flashback. See, this is the thing. We've already had... This is the problem with compressing this story, is that he has multiple flashbacks in the course of the story, but here... We've had 2 flashbacks in as many minutes, you know, it's a little bit... It's
The same
difficult to
flashback.
Yeah, the same flashbacks.
I like them though. They tie it together.
Yeah, it's good, it's good. I just feel like it needs to be a little bit longer to have that many flashbacks. I know they're trying to stay true to the story though. And then whiteness.
I don't cry at this stuff either. I just don't cry at things. It's
Yeah.
weird.
Another lounge shot.
And then he was
So
alone.
bad.
I was afraid it was going to be like, and then he was alone.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Slow pan of the book.
Tom Riddle's diary.
Dad,
Flying into a tube
15
fan.
years you took care of me.
Does that even work?
15 years you loved
I wrote this letter so you knew you weren't
Made sure
crazy.
I enjoyed my life in a world not meant to house me.
What's to say you didn't write
I'm
it
not a
though?
mayor of many
And you're
words,
lying to yourself.
but even though I told you
Let's
this
not play
in
Yeah.
psychological warfare with the protagonist of the story, that's a bad idea.
you will know it was all
Probably, yeah. Oh, I love how she's flying into the fan. I just noticed that.
Yeah,
to the man I am now.
she's got a towel on her
I'm not sure
head.
what's going to happen, if I
That's
will
cute.
remember
Yay.
any of this or not.
Towel head.
But I want you to know that you did a darn good job of raising me. Even if
I wonder how long he
said
took to, like
things.
Photoshop these photos to
It's
make them look
taken a
perfect.
while.
I hope
Feel
to
the shading.
keep our
It's crazy.
our memories with you
That
so that
shit be
we will
cray.
forget.
Indeed.
Again, I love you.
I can't read her handwriting, or mouth writing.
Always. Your little Dashie friend.
Tongue writing.
Yeah, I don't get why everyone
That
has
was a
neat
slow zoom on the
handwriting.
book, by the way. It's still going on.
Yeah. It's been a consistent
And that's
slow
when
zoom.
he went blind.
That's where his vision went blurry.
I'm going blind.
I can only see in depth of field, it's so painful.
And that's when he realized none of it had been real.
Yeah.
He'd been blind the whole time.
He just imagined it, I guess. After Effects, so there was After Effects in it, I knew it. Visual
Yeah.
effects. Aren't visual effects and After Effects basically one and the same?
I'm pretty sure that's what he does it in After Effects.
Yeah, I thought, well, because After
It's
Effects
all
is
After
the
Effects.
program with which you utilize... I'm just using random words now. You use After Effects to make visual effects.
Yeah. You utilize the synergy of the
That's the one, yeah. That's what I was thinking.
prosperity matrix.
The symbiosis of the glory of the whatever that says.
Introducing the hydrophilic entity to its anti-photon counterpart.
Yeah.
Sensually.
That's what it sounds like when people talk about stuff that I don't understand. It's just random words.
I know a big word.
Mm.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Yeah, so does everyone.
Shut up.
Fuzzle.
Fuzzle. Thanks for watching. So,
And I have a problem with this picture.
it's a little bit, the feet are a little bit strange. It looks a little bit...
She looks like those those plastic tables they're around when you're a kid.
Yeah.
Those things with
dash
little stubby
table.
legs.
You know what they say,
She's
always
my
go
little
out on a
table.
high. Always
Little
go
table.
out looking high. So
Smoke weed every day.
yeah. So that was my little Dashie the mini movie, and I liked it. I don't know about you, Mytho, but I thought it was a really kind of charming rendition of the story, even though I didn't really like My Little Dashie as a story. I think this did it a good service. That makes sense. Whatever
Yeah,
the
it was
opposite
really
thing of
good.
disservice is.
I'm very happy that is around because it's, allowed me to actually hear most of what the story is.
Yeah, it sums it up very nicely. And
how much shorter is this than this actual story?
I don't know, actually. The story's probably about the size of the script for this. Well, the script wasn't very big, because it was just the narrator and some... it's a fairly long story, and they've done a good job to compress it, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely longer in the story, more drawn out. Again, the only things that I'd say could be improved upon is the cinematography, just like changing camera angles up, because we did have a lot of the same one, as I pointed out a ridiculous number of times, because I just can't quit. And also, I guess the idea of having the protagonist not having his face shown, again, I like the idea because it allows the audience to project themselves onto the character, but I feel like you could have gotten a little bit more creative with the whole hiding his face thing, because the two ways you were doing it were just lots of depth of field when he was far away and on his chest focusing.
We got to see a lot of his abs.
Yeah. We got to see his t-shirts, the ones he likes, and also we got to see him looking very blurry at a distance. I feel like maybe hiding his head behind one of the tree branches as opposed to just blurring him out and using the tree branch as the point of focus.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're minor little things that can be improved with time, like, and etc. I feel like the actual rendition of the story was very good. Visual effects were nice. Animation integration was very nice. I just made up a phrase there, but integrate, like the way they managed to get the animation to look really good with shading, everything was really nice as well.
Yeah.
Very well done.
I enjoyed it quite a lot. So, what's next? Anthology? You gonna review those?
So
Hot asked.
I don't want to do them ever.
We'll see.
We will see.
I may just have a few ideas.
I don't have any ideas.
Ladies.
By saying that. Sorry.
Ladies.
Ladies? There are no ladies here.
Bunnies.
That's better. Well, until next time, I guess, then, everyone. This has been a nice little review of My Little Dashie the Mini-Movie, and I was really excited to do this, and I wanted to do it earlier when it first came out, but we were all really busy during the week, so we didn't get a chance.
Yeah. It's just, we can't do flash reviews while there's school going on.
Yeah.
It's just not possible.
I've got, mock exams next Monday to Wednesday, Monday being the 20th. No, the 13th.
Thanks for dating this video.
The 13th it'll be. Today's the 11th. But yeah,
Well, anyway.
It's
been a very good My Little Dashie the Mini-Movie by Storm XF3. Don't know if we actually said that.
Yeah. Oh, yes, it is. It's by Storm XF3.
It's definitely worth a watch, when you get around to it, if our talking over it hasn't ruined it for you.
Yeah, sorry about that to all the people who still continually complain about it. I will say, actually, if you have any requests for things that we can do, I know some people did request ages ago, and I think I've released that video now, but I know...
yeah, we did. It was the Sonic vs. MLP
That's
series
the one,
and the Ponies with Hats.
Yeah, it's just be aware that when you request things, we love getting requests from everyone who watches the videos, but what does tend to happen is things will get requested, but we'll already have got 3 other videos in the pipeline, and so it takes a while to get down to it. It's like a container ship. It takes a long time to stop or get around to the video.
We generally have about a backlog of about 4 videos at a time.
Yeah.
Just in case, because we don't get to record them very often. It's like once every 3 weeks or so.
Yeah. And sometimes there's no animation to actually review.
Yeah, very rarely.
Next week, we eat...
Next week, we eat at church.
Yeah. We can...
He has been Alex Trebek. I have been Patrick Warburton.
Yes. Good night, ladies and gentlemen, and stay safe.
Good night, Night Vale.